economic examination, he cannot deliver what the country expects.
You say that not taking decisions, lack of decision making is the key problem with this government. Suppose the government were to revive its decision to go ahead with multi-brand retail, what would the BJP ruled states do? Will they allow that policy to be implemented at the state level, or will they continue to oppose it as they have been doing so far?
Already we have clearly indicated that we have reservation about this issue. But one thing which Siddharth, I feel that, is it in a present economic situation, the only answer and only solution is only that FDI in retail? Is it the only solution? Okay, we have reservation for that. We will discuss this issue. But from other issues, other economic bills, other laws, why this government is not taking initiative? And again, I will ask you one question. We are ready to cooperate this government for taking good decision in the interest of society and the country. We are waiting. Many times I appeal to the government and UPA chairperson Sonia ji and Manmohan Singh ji. If you have any problem, please call us. We will cooperate you, and I will assure you that we will positively help to the government for taking hard economic decision in the interest of the country.
Nitin ji,
but they are not calling us. There is no discussion. I don't know what the reason is. The best way it will be either a UPA chairperson or the Prime Minister will tell you what the reason behind it.
On that note, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll continue our conversation with Nitin Gadkari, the BJP National President. Don't go away. Welcome back. I am talking with Nitin Gadkari, the BJP National President, on the BJP's stance on economic reforms going forward. Let me now ask you a pointed question on cooperation. Will the BJP cooperate with Mr. P. Chidambaram if he were to be appointed as finance minister in the days and weeks ahead? Because that is the general sense of expectation, and the BJP has boycotted him in the past very consistently, at least as far as Parliament is concerned.
First of all, BJP is not vindictive about any leader. We are always opposing the policies, and there are some decisions from the court regarding with the Chidambaram ji. We are not too vindictive about him. Now it is the privilege of the Prime Minister to decide who will be the finance minister for him. So we have no problem as an individual. Why we should take any fight against the individual? We are fighting against policies. We are fighting against the wrongdoings. We are fighting against the corruption. If the issues are there, we will fight there. We will fight for that. That's not the problem. But we have no vindictive agenda for any leader or for any particularly party. It is the privilege of the Prime Minister to decide who will be the finance minister of the country. We have no problem for that.
Well, those will be very comforting words for Mr. Chidambaram. But let me now turn back to another crucial economic issue, and this is to do with fuel price policies pursued by the successive UPA governments. The first UPA government coming in and doing away with the fortnightly price revision scheme of the NDA, and the nation having had to pay the costs as a consequence. We currently have heard over the last few months this consistent barrage from the UPA saying that it is the states which maintain a very high level of taxation, which is also causing problems. The BJP ruled states, Mr. Pranab Mukherjee had appealed to them on the floor of Parliament to go ahead and try and reduce taxes, the local levies that push up prices so high. Not much has been done by the BJP ruled states. Is there room for the BJP itself in the states that it's ruled to at least try and reduce the blow and reduce the impact of fuel price hikes that have happened?
As far as the tax, particularly the tax from state government is concerned, it's a very reasonable amount. It's very less amount, and that is main source for the government. But the problem is that in our country we have a lot of potential for biofuels and bioenergy. Why this government is not encouraging the biofuels? In Brazil, they have the flex cars from 4 renowned automobile companies. They run their car on the basis of 100% ethanol. We have got the capacity of 3 crore liter ethanol per day. This is import substitute. This is a green fuel. This is reducing the pollution, air pollution. Why not this government is encouraging ethanol? I have a capacity in my own agriculture area, having the industry has capacity of 1,20,000 liter ethanol per day. Why government is not encouraging the biofuel and bioenergy and alternative energies? We have potential. This is the wrong policies because government is constantly increasing the import. And two things I want to tell you. One thing is gold import. 2,40,000 crores of gold import and 4,70,000 crores of crude oil. Now in India I have got the potential for the gas, for the crude. Why we are not exploiting our full potential? Even there are a lot of companies that want to increase their production. Why is government not allowing them? Why they are not supporting them? There is also ability of biofuel. We can make diesel from non-edible oil seeds available in the forest. That will help to our poor tribals. Why not government is accepting this policy?
Let me turn to another point, and this I'm asking you in your previous capacity. You've been in government yourself at the state level. What we are witnessing right now is a complete lack of relationships, in fact a breakdown of relationships between corporate India, the companies that produce wealth, that provide employment, that boost our economy, and the government of the day. Every sector, if you see, you will see a breakdown in relationships, including gas, which you mentioned, the petro pricing sector, arbitration not just by international investors but even by large domestic companies. What do you make of this, Mr. Gadkari?
Industry is unhappy, government is not taking a decision, and not taking a decision at the same time they are taking such type of creating atmosphere which creating more problems and more complications for the industry, the people, those who want to work for development. And this is the worst situation. The only solution is that we have to change this government. This government cannot make the future of this country. UPA 1 and UPA 2. The leadership of Sonia ji and Manmohan Singh ji and UPA completely failed in this mission, and the inflation is their product. Their success is inflation. Their success is farmer suicide. Their success is unemployment. Their success is China's growth is 4 times more than India, and we are now not taking any advantage in the economic situation of world economy, and we are facing this problem, and this government is creating more complication, more problems. It is not environment. The environment is not free for our industry and for our economy, and our situation is day by day is creating very problematic and worst.
Nitin ji, today Anna Hazare has spoken out about the fact that he will look at political options, and that while the BJP, Congress and other parties which he believes are not serious in supporting the Lokpal, he will look at political options in terms of perhaps even contesting elections, floating candidates. What would you have to say to Mr. Hazare's statement, and also the pointed criticism of the BJP as far as the Lokpal bill is concerned?
Now, as far as his education is concerned, we will give our best wishes for him, but now we don't want to associate with his movement. I feel that movement is confused, and the way in which the atmosphere creating by the other leader in the movement, they want to create the impression that everyone is wrong, all parties are useless, the system is collapsed. But what is the solution? I feel that whatever the Anna Hazare and his people, they want to do it, only my best wishes with them, but we don't want to associate with them. Now this is the time for the country that we have to find out the option and alternatives.
So do we expect a stormy parliament session, a monsoon session of parliament, which will perhaps be stalled because the BJP will take over from where Mr. Anna Hazare seems to be leaving?
Then there are important issues. Now in the last 4 years, the chemical fertilizer price are increased by 3 times. The farmers are making suicides. Our 3 government, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, giving loan to the farmer with 0%. Now this time the drought situation is there. In such a situation, we expect that the government should take some decisions helping to the farmers, and we will give highest priority for this farmers issue, the rural economies issue, the agriculture issues in the parliament.
And you will therefore allow parliament to function as far as at least crucial economic decision making is concerned. Is that the sense of assurance?
There are some good and positive suggestions and good economic legislation in the interest of the country. Positively, my party will support all the decisions which are in the interest of the country. But at the same time, if anything wrong against the public policy, against the poor people, against the farmers, we will definitely oppose, and we will start agitation in the country, not in the parliament but outside the parliament also.
All right, Mr. Gadkari, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for taking time out to speak with CNBC TV 18. Clearly, we'll be in for a very interesting monsoon session of Parliament. Thank you very much, Mr. Gadkari, for joining us today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.